Welcome to the third and the last session. We still have, what do we call it, a networking session afterwards, so we all look forward to that. But let's just get the business finished. Like I said earlier today, the focus of this session is to talk about the innovation in a little bit broader terms than just the research. I really appreciated and enjoyed the session on the technical stuff here. I told somebody when we walked over for lunch, it was the second most request that we had. It's people that say we want to understand better what we should do to go to. And the fact that the four young researchers presented that, for some reason, I always love it because that energy in the future, you know, so really thank you for that. So what I'm going to try and do is in this session also then allow you to ask questions to them, please, if you have not spoken to them over lunchtime. I have four talks that I have to work through. The first one is Dan Perkins, and in his absence, you've seen on the media and wherever his CV, so I'm not going to read you the bio. It feels like a little bit of a waste. But he's in any case, they call them vice presidents of regulatory affairs at Pairwise, so he's going to introduce Pairwise and he's going to tell you what you did. So again, he would have been here, but they've got some important business thing going on down in South America to try and get into markets. So I think, and this is why I'm excited about these talk. And then we're going to have three perspectives from South Africans afterwards. And again, I'm not going to introduce the people. I think everybody basically knows them, but I will obviously call you, and then those speakers, please, if you want to just say something, people in any case usually do it. But if you feel you just want to say something about yourself, introduce yourself, please do so. In the beginning, I don't have bios or CVs of yours. So, then without further ado, I'm going to play Dan's presentation. It's exactly 30 minutes, and then we do the other three. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Dan Jenkins. I'm happy to be speaking with you today about Pairwise and our journey from concept to market for a genome-edited product. I'm sorry I couldn't be there with you in person, but I'm very pleased to be able to at least present this to you, and hope it's of value to you and your audience. So at Pairwise, we are a food and agricultural company that was founded about 6 years ago and is led by some of the big experts, I would say, in these fields. So we were founded by the inventors of a lot of these genome editing technologies from MIT and Harvard and Massachusetts General Hospital. We're an early innovator in CRISPR and using these technologies for plants. We're headquartered in Durham, North Carolina, and also have greenhouse spaces in another location nearby in North Carolina, and have a site out in California. And actually now we have about 160 to 170 people. So we're a purpose-driven company, and our mission at Pairwise is a health-based one. So it is to build a healthier world through better fruits and vegetables. The vision here is that we can use technology like CRISPR and gene editing to remove the barriers in a supermarket or grocery store that keep us from eating fruits and vegetables. So why is it that we don't reach for fresh produce and eat more of that and incorporate more of those into our diet than we do snacks and other things? And so the idea is if we can edit fruits and vegetables to make them more attractive, then that will improve diets and lead to a healthier world. So very consumer and health-focused mission. But the mission matters for more than just that, but we feel that shifting diets to increased fruit and vegetable consumption creates healthier people, but also a healthier planet. So a sizable study from the Harvard School of Public Health, published in 2021, found that those who ate 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day had the lowest risk of death, even after adjusting for other factors. So this is something we all know, right? You eat more fruits and vegetables, you're better off. But also a healthier planet. And if Americans, at least Americans, shifted their diets just to 10% to a plant-based model, this would be tremendous savings in carbon dioxide, more than all forests in California in a year could be saved in terms of carbon dioxide. So at Pairwise, we are using gene editing, again, to make improvements to our food system. And I think that the question here with a technology like genome editing is, what can't you do? So we're looking at things like plant architecture, aspects that could improve harvest, shelf life, making fruits and vegetables available all year that may not normally be producing all year. These can have really big impacts on shippability and manual labor and seasonality and availability. So this is sort of a broad accounting of what you could possibly do. But what we've decided to do and really focus on is, again, how do we make fruits and vegetables much more attractive for folks to eat? Now, I'm using information on this slide from the United States, but actually you see very similar trends in many countries around the world, that snacking, which was once a rare activity for most Americans, is now a daily habit for almost all. So for myself, I was born in the early 1970s, and back then the average U.S. adult consumed one or more snacks per day. Only about 10% rather consumed about one or more snacks per day, and the number of calories from that was about 224. But as we slide to the right, you will see that much more snacking, a lot more calories from snacking, and these aren't nutritious calories. These are quantity of calories, not good quality calories. And that now you have 10% currently of the US population that does not eat meals, that only snacks. So we see this as an issue. And again, this is where we have chosen to focus, is how can we address this? And there's several good cases out there already that bear out what we are attempting to do. So consumer-focused produce have expanded markets and consumption. So there's several elements to consider here. On the far left, we have blueberries. Blueberries traditionally needed to grow in an area that got quite cold in the wintertime. They needed to go through a chill period. A naturally occurring variant was discovered in the 1950s by the University of Florida, I believe, and that did not necessarily have to have that chill period in the wintertime. And through 40, 50 years of conventional breeding, they were able to create varieties that could be produced in warmer climates and therefore could produce supply all year round. Now, blueberries are already very snackable and very convenient, but if they're available year round, you see consumer consumption going way up on what is a healthy and nutritious snack. So that is an example of breaking down a barrier there, which is make it available year round. Baby carrots, 80% of retail carrots today are all these small carrots. They've increased U.S. fresh carrot consumption by 30% after their first year and 100% within 10 years. They dominate the market. They're a much higher profit margin on these baby carrots. And again, so this is taking a carrot and making it much more convenient, much more snackable, and certainly carrots can be available year-round already. On the far right, we have mandarin oranges that are called halos. Sometimes in other markets, they're called cuties. These are small, easy to peel, seedless, so again, snackable, convenient, and they captured 50% of the U.S. mandarin market in 5 years and increased total citrus consumption in the United States by 30%. And parents love them. You can put them in your child's lunchbox. Again, you can buy them in bags with lots of them in them, so you can buy them in pretty good quantities. So again, snackable, convenient, and we tend to eat them. if that's the case. So how are we applying that at Pairwise? Well, what we're trying to do is create varieties that meet these kinds of elements. And so can we take